Everybody, here we are. Damn. Uh, you know what? Let's
Mood.
do. I'm feeling. Yeah, let's do a little intro today. We're gonna do an intro.
Yeah, that's why not.
Yeah, let's do an intro. I don't know if it's the intro or the outro. Let's do it. Nope. All right, everybody. It is time for Yards After the Catch, your weekly review of last week, what's coming up this week, who you want to get on waivers, who you don't. And of course, we'll talk some trenches because we always do. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And we'll definitely get into some college chaos. Good week this week. How did you fare, good sir?
I think I went 3 for 5. The other two, I was, the typical story going against somebody who's just dominating and just getting like high scores. So I was okay with it. I don't like the close ones where I'm losing by 0.48 like I did 2 weeks ago. I enjoy getting beat by 70 points. Like, oh, I could rest easy on Monday. I did have some trouble last night because I had a QB that I took early. Thank you very much. And the other guy had Eckler. So my QB's throwing to Eckler all night. Eckler got like 25 points, and I was sweating bullets when
Thank
they went to
God.
overtime. Oh, man, I was sweating bullets. But luckily, I pulled it off and beat the guy that was undefeated. He is now 5-1. So that was a good feeling for me, even though my teams seemed to not show up. But overall, it was pretty good. How about you? How'd you do with all yours?
I did about the same. I think I went 3-3, 4-2, maybe 2-4. I don't know. Hey, look, this is rules, guys. Tell us how your weekend went. Tell us about your questions. Give us your questions. Ask us about players. Put whatever you want out there, and we'll talk about it because that's what we like to do. Yeah, no, Eckler saved my butt. I won one by 1 point something points thanks to
You're
Eckler
that guy. You're
in
that
that
guy.
overtime. I was this week. Normally I'm not. Normally I'm on the other end of it, but today I did get it. I got one league. I'm just doing horrible, and I'm like 1-5 in that league. It's
You want to hear
horrible.
something funny? I accidentally, in what, how we did a couple of new platforms, and I was just on a different platform. I think it's like NFL, and I accidentally somehow went to mock drafting, but it was drafting a real league, and it's turned into that. And I'm like 4-2 and 5-1 or something like that. And the others, I'm like, they're beating all my other teams. I'm looking at it, I'm like,
And you didn't even
how?
know that you were playing in
Yeah,
that
I
league.
auto drafted.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe the
Auto
key to
drafting.
fantasy football is to stop thinking about it. Like put an auto draft. Like just sign up for a league. That's it. That's all you have to do at any
Just auto
time.
draft.
You don't do anything. You don't go back to it. You don't look at
Yeah.
it. You don't change the rosters. You just sign up for a league, and then you come back in about week 17, 18, see how you did. Done.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. I mean, the good news is though that this week
You
I did
said it's your
spend a
best team.
yeah, and it's kind of well, okay, but I found out they're
I'm
also
just saying.
10. They look good because they're 10-team leagues, but I don't know how that happened. Um, but I did a lot of studying for drafting and did well, so it's hard to drop anybody. But then today I got like a maybe 30 minutes to an hour more extra of trying to fix my lineups if there's any room. So it's kind of nice that I don't have to stay up past midnight trying to just overthink everything. So that's kind of a plus for me tonight.
No, tonight will be the usual. As soon as we get off here, I will pull up the stupid things and do all the stupid look. The thing is, there's not a lot of talent out there this week.
There is very, very limited. And I only used people
Over.
from like our 12-team league, your average give or take, that's available.
I'm going to glaze this real quick because I know we're going to come back to it. But I mean, like the top pickups are Rondell Moore, Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce isn't a bad pickup. I kind of like that pickup for that one. Michael Gallup's turning on. I can get down on that one. But Rashad White, Wandale Robinson, Robert Tunyon, Johan Dotson's back. Chase Claypool because he caught a couple balls.
Yeah, he got the touchdown, I think.
Yeah, Jameis Williams is due to come off IR soon. Deion Jackson. I mean, the Colts have a game, and now all the Colts receivers are ready to go. Kenyon Drake.
Okay, first of all, let's pump the brakes over there on Matt Ryan throwing for like 400 yards or whatever. No, calm down. Like that's why I want to put a check next to Alec Pierce and like, okay, maybe, but that's Matt Ryan's best game of the year and possibly the season.
Yeah, exactly.
And it frustrates me
because I don't know about the season.
He's hurt me many times over the last several years, and I dropped him. I was just sick of it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it anymore. Let somebody else have him, and I might have to pick him up as a once in a while.
I got lucky because I played him, or I picked him up for the bye week. I had a bye week, and I picked him up and I played him. So that was nice.
Must be nice. That's actually that's how you win your weeks is those bye week pickups, and hopefully we have a few for you. I know I do.
I'm pretty sure that's the league I'm like doing the worst in. I'm pretty sure I lost that game. But
actually, in the league we're in, the 12 team, I'm in last place. How is that possible? Like, I have a great team. They just don't show up. And it's kind of scary. Like my team in the 16-team league outscores my 12-team league sometimes. And the 12 team has an extra player. So just
hey, look, we just talk football here. We're just yakking football on yards after the catch. So anything you want to talk about, let us know. Let us know how your fantasy week went. Let us know if you got any questions about the upcoming week. The waiver wire is super thin this week, and it kind of sucks because you've got the Bills on bye. So a lot of players are sitting out this week from that game or from that team. Philadelphia is on bye this week. The Rams, good or not, there's a lot of Rams players that get played every week, and they're on bye this week. There's one more, obviously. Minnesota. So you lost Jefferson, you lost Thielen, you lost Cousins if you were playing them. There's a lot of people not getting played this week, and there's nobody to pick up. So it's going to be interesting to see how the waiver wire goes out this week, because like I said, there's nobody there. There's not a play out there. Like I said, Alec Pierce has like probably the highest ceiling out of anybody that I'm looking at on this list right now. That's actually pick upable. That's a word now. Pick upable.
Well, I do want to ask your thoughts on Malcolm Brown. Okay. Even though he's the backup on the Rams, I get it. But there's like we don't know what's happening to Cam Akers, right? There's something weird going on there. And then Darrell Henderson does have some injury things that happens once in a while. We're not really sure. But the coach does trust Malcolm Brown. And although he was the backup, he got 7 carries and got a catch. Nothing fancy, but a late round stash type or late pickup that you can use, even though, buys and stuff are going to happen. Just somebody to keep on the back burner right now. I'm not saying put him in your lineup, in next 3 weeks. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, just keep an eye out for somebody like that. Just listen to those news articles for the grain of salt, and then,
that's what I mean. Like Kenyon Drake, because Dobbins is still nagging an injury. So when you don't have anybody else to play, he might be someone worth playing. Excuse me. I just put up the link. Follow that link. If you hit that link, you'll be able to join us live right here. You just click it and boom, you'll show up. It's pretty cool. I'll show you how it works. Boom, okay. You go like that, you click the link, and there you go. Look, see, I'm on here twice. Look at me.
We're gonna have to kick him out and delete that guy.
Look at that guy. Hey, that guy's smart. I know that guy.
He repeats himself a lot.
Every once in a while. That's what a good host does.
So what do we got here? We got all right. Now, here's the thing.
Oh, you already got.
Yeah. So
is Deshaun pick upable? Thank you. See, I told you it was a word. I knew it was.
Is it pick upable? I feel so wrong saying it, but it sounds so right. I'm gonna say yes.
When's he come? He doesn't come out for Which Deshaun? We're talking about which
Deshaun
Deshaun?
Jackson on the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
He agreed to a deal on Tuesday with the Ravens, blah, blah, blah. 35 years old, already pulled his hamstring, probably out for the rest of the season. But
Has he done much since the
he's
Eagles?
okay. He yes, but it's like a week here and a week there. It's not like
Well,
back to
that's what I
back to
mean. Like
back.
he's boomer bust anyway, and then he's coming to a team where wide receivers typically don't do that awesome anyway. It's all it's Andrews and Jackson, and then every once in a while someone will step up, but it's not going to be Deshaun Jackson. This is like his third or fourth team since the Eagles. Now we're talking about bye weeks. We're talking about I'm missing like half my roster because it's a bye week, so I get that. But if you're gonna do that, I kind of like Anderson better. Getting traded from Carolina over to Arizona.
I don't, because I think Anderson is a problem, and he's going to be a problem in another team. He's a cancer.
It's possible.
He's you don't get in your coach's face like that. I mean,
Does Hopkins come back this week?
yes, Hopkins
Yeah.
is back. So good for that. I don't know about Deshaun. I think it's great for right now because Bateman is injured with a little bit of problems, been out for a minute. Thank you for that. And
So let's put it up. Let's do a who would you rather, right? Would you rather have Alec Pierce or Deshaun Jackson?
Pierce for right now, of course,
Yeah,
but
for this week. Would you rather?
If you have a weak bench, there's nothing wrong with the secret stash. That's how people win championships, is those late
That's
run
true.
pickups. I mean, you win from the waiver wire, and unless your team never gets injured throughout the whole year, and I don't know what that feels like. So I say, if you got the room on your bench, go for it, and temper expectations for the first 2-3 weeks and see what happens after that. That's what I would do. I mean, but I don't have room on my bench, most of them anyway. Only one team I could really use help everywhere. So
Yeah. Wandell Robinson. People loving this guy. Caught 3 of 4. He had 37 yards, but he gets the touchdown. So he gets 11 fantasy points. Well, in PPR, he got 13.
Well,
would you rather have Wandell Robinson or would you rather Deshaun Jackson? Would you rather?
Going up against Jacksonville? I mean, because he's already in the lineup, and I really, 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 really thought Darius Slayton was going to be going off this week. And he did get 18 yards. So
Look,
there was that.
If you're gonna look at the Giants, okay, because all the injuries and all the stuff,
please.
Right. You have to read the shadow report. If you don't, what a shadow report is. Look, just Google shadow report. There's a couple good ones out there. What it does, it tells you who the defensive backs are that each wide receiver is going to most likely face the most of, based on the way they play. And then it'll kind of give you a better rating for that matchup. So when you look at a shadow report, it'll give you a better idea of which receiver has the better matchup, which one, on paper is probably going to do better. With the Giants, that is something, a shadow report is extremely valuable because it will tell you that the matchup that Wandell Robinson had last week was better than the other guys. Will tell you that the tight end who I picked up was going to go friggin' off because the team that they're going up against not very great against tight ends. And look up your game, look up shadow report, and that'll tell you if you want anybody from the Giants. Because right now they don't have a wide receiver one.
You're welcome, Steven. That's what we're here for. Mr. Herrera.
There you go. See, yards after the catch, doing good in the world. Thank you, Stephen. I'm glad that we
everybody's
could do that.
news. Everybody, we pull from everybody and then we send it back out, and then that other people learn from those, and then everybody just gets a little bit better here, little by little, all season long, all year long.
Because this is the thing, when you go to the gym and you see all these guys horsing weight, and you're like, you start feeling bad about yourself or whatever, you get to the point where you're the one horsing weight, and you're looking at the guys. everybody started somewhere. So, fantasy sports is the same way. I didn't used to know what a fantasy report was. I'm not great at IDP, even though IDP is going to become more and more prevalent. I better get really good at IDP real fast because it's only be a couple more years before everything is IDP. But so I'm learning, and like you said, we learn from each other. That's what we're all about. Yards after the catch, trying to help you guys out. So, and you guys help us out all the time. That's the thing. Like, it's not just because we're up here, the ones on camera and stuff. Because number one, you could be on camera with us if you follow the little link in the description. You could be sitting right next to us. And number two, we learn just as much from you guys as anything we're putting out.
Yeah, if you want to come on, like, hey, even if you're just on your cell phone,
we've had a few people do it, and it's been great.
Yeah, just come on and tell me what you think. Tell us how your week went. Tell us, what. Give me some anger. Maybe was there an angry run? Something, because we'd like to hear about.
Did Monday night screw you over? Did that overtime screw you over? It gave me the win. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, without overtime, I won.
What about Kenyon Drake? Is that worth a pickup?
Kenyon Drake, I like. Again, bye-week pickups. We're talking bye-week pickups. We're streaming here, right? I kind of like it because Dobbins is still nursing an injury. He has not, picked up anything that he used to be at. And, he's going to get some carries. And if he busts when he busts, because like, this is the thing, this is what we talked about. Like, the waiver wire is so thin this week. There's so many players that just aren't out there. And with teams like the Bills, the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Rams out, there are a lot of people looking for just somebody to fill in. So yeah, if you can
fill up, you're just Kenyon Drake is not as sexy as a name as you would want, but it's one of the best out there.
But it's great for this week. Because maybe he busts one, or maybe they give him, the ball 3 times on the goal line and he scores all 3 times. He gets 5 yards for 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? It happens though.
I'll take that. I've seen that. I had Mike Evans, 1 catch for 1 yard, touchdown. Those are the
the other night, Kelsey had 4 touchdowns on 25 yards.
Right, which was wild.
Which was awesome. It happens. I mean, you want to stream Kenyon Drake this week? He had 20 points.
Dobbins restructured, fixed knee, whatever the issue is there. I don't know if that's going to go away this year. So Kenyon Drake might be somebody to look at, and that could be a game changer for your wide receiver core, or running back core. You need something like that.
He had 20 points last week. I mean, if you happen to have him, do you want to be the one that didn't? You have nobody on your roster anyway because of bye weeks. Why not?
Yeah, somebody gets 119 yards and a touchdown. You kind of want to have them on your team. That's a good bench player. Nothing else.
At least
Tom Segura, go see them.
Everywhere.
It was pretty good. Let's put it this way. When I went to go see Tom Segura, I wanted to go to work and be like, hey, so I went to go see Tom Segura. And you know what? I didn't say anything about it because if I did, I would have a meeting with HR, and that's just not going to happen. So it was a lot of fun. I love comedy shows, but just go out there, enjoy yourselves, have a few laughs. We all need some, especially when weekends happen. When it's like late to mid afternoon, you're really happy, and then somebody goes down, somebody other scoring 4 touchdowns, stuff like that against you. That little comedy show is just going to help lift up that week. So going to get that ball rolling. Thank you for that. Facebook user.
Facebook. It's weird. It's weird that it says that Facebook user. I've never seen that. Must be a glitch. It's got to be a glitch. We had an earlier glitch. The trenches went live, and if you caught it, then you didn't get to see it. You saw our background. You know what our logo looks like because you stared at it for an hour. But that's okay. We're gonna pump it out. It's all recorded. We'll take that recording and we'll throw it out, so you'll still get to see the live show. It just won't be as live, but I won't edit it. Completely uncut. I'll throw it out there. You get to see the trenches. A hell of a game breaker tonight. Hell of a show. A lot of trash talk, and we kind of joked about it, but it's gotten to the point where people are starting to not be nice anymore. And if you're taking any social classes, this happens when everybody gets together. There's actual timelines for this happening where a group, they start off nice with each other and then it slowly starts to deteriorate over time, and it's happening in a fun way. Everybody's still having fun.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing good, but everybody's finally realizing that in 6 weeks, like we're halfway through, we're at week 6, and in another 6 weeks, people start going home. And if you go home, you can't win $5,000. So people are finally starting to the little gaming chips coming on. People stabbing each other in the back, rolling over on side deals and stuff.
It's getting
On top,
bloody in the trenches for sure.
getting bloody, it's getting bad. We're getting ready to walk into halftime, and people are going for that last score. Yeah, it's getting rough in there. Cash the Trenches. It's on the armchairathletics.com YouTube channel. All the episodes are there. You can catch up. You can skip around. Lots of fun stuff in there too, shorts and stuff like that. Other creators also throughout the channel. Go check it out. These shows are on there too. And we try to divide it up and make it easy to find. But the Trenches is getting out of control. Find us on Twitter at Armchair Alpha. Yeah, that stuff. Trenches.
Twitter
I'll
stuff.
say first.
I do have a question for you before we get into other things, like
Yes.
matchups and stuff.
Yes.
Mike Gesicki went 6 for 69 and 2
What
touchdowns.
was he doing?
And I was doing a little dance and there's so much going on. I think he was the one where he's like, yeah, I'm just going to dance in the living room from now on. That was my last time or something. I don't know. Could have been somebody else. So much action out there. Is he worth a pickup?
I mean, like I said, I think damn near anybody is worth a pickup this week. Just in the sense that you're probably missing at least 2 players off your roster minimum this week with the teams that are on bye. So yeah, I mean, Tua's coming back, and that's really what you got to go back and look at. You got to look at the history. How often does Tua go to Gesicki, and then you want to combine that, of course, with the projection of how well does the opposing team play against tight ends, and that, like I said, that shadow report as well. The shadow report is still useful with tight ends because you still get to see like how many times Pittsburgh is going to put a linebacker on them versus how many times they're going to run zone on them or what they're going to do. And then of course you can also check out a usage report, and a usage report will tell you how many times that player, Gesicki in this case, actually goes out on a route versus how many times he stays back and blocks. So you can take all this information and come up with kind of a picture of what is more likely to happen. Doesn't mean it will. We talk about San Francisco and Atlanta. It's funny because one of the teams from the Trenches, founding fathers, Patriot Sports Radio, patriotsportsradionow.com, PSR host, PSR producer on Twitter, one of their guy, Eric, their team of Eric and Chris, and me and Eric were talking about how every so often there's these games that you look at it and you know exactly what's going to happen. You know exactly what's going to go. You see San Francisco versus Atlanta, and this is an automatic win for San Francisco. And then that's why you play the game. And through the course of the game, you find out that San Francisco's defensive front is just annihilated right now. Almost nobody's there. And you see what happens. Mariota still has wheels. And you see Atlanta take down that game, that makes Vegas happy because nobody, everybody bet on San Francisco and they made a lot of money that day. You got to watch out for those ones. So just because you think you know what's going to happen, just because you read all the reports and get all the info and get all the stats, I'm a huge analytics guy, don't mean it's going to happen that way. So to rope it back around, is Gesicki worth a grab? To me, I'm going to look up some of the information, but again, with all the players that are out, yeah, sure, why not?
With a little bit of side note, they're not shopping him, but they don't really want to pay his 10 million franchise tag. So he could be on the move. I don't know if it'll be this season, but they're listening. They're not really
trade
shopping
deadline.
him.
Yeah, trade deadline coming up fast.
Yeah.
We've seen a couple trades already, more out of necessity than actual trades. We've heard some trades that aren't going to happen to go actually happen. I think a lot of people are still kind of waiting to see if OBJ is actually going to sign somewhere. I mean, look, OBJ's he got a ring. He definitely played his part with the Rams last year and earned that ring. He wasn't the number one receiver on the field, but I mean, think about it. If you can't get it to Cup, why not throw it to OBJ? The guy can one and catch everything. So there's a lot of teams out there that could use a little help at wide receiver, and just it'd be nice to have that guy that I can go to if my main route isn't open. I think that's what somebody's going to pick him up and use him for.
Should we congratulate Robinson on getting his first touchdown?
Wow! Did you see it? Finally. Go get him! Go get him! No,
we've been waiting a year and a half for something like this for him to show up. It was nice to see that happen. Sorry about last year, Chris, even though he was on the Bears, but it's kind of nice to okay, there it is.
Wow.
I enjoyed some of the game's touchdowns. Obviously, you know what the worst part about having red zone is? You see all your opponent's touchdowns too, and it just burns you. Like for like a half an hour, you're just like, it just like drains everything inside of you. And then you're like, oh, I got a touchdown. It's like, oh, I'm only 40 points behind. And you just hope everybody on your team gets a touchdown within the first quarter, so you at least feel good about yourself for a while.
Is red zone like probably the single greatest sports invention ever?
It's the greatest and most terrible thing to watch because you're happy and sad at the same time.
At the same time.
Like there's an update and you're like, no, because
do you guys
on offense.
Do you guys like red zone? Tell us in the comments. Let us know, or just click on the little link there and come on the show and tell us. Tell everybody else too. If you like red zone, tell us about your weekend. Ask us some questions. Say whatever you want to say. Yeah, we'll put it up. We don't care.
Yeah, it's live. You'll live this day forever.
It's got your name on it, unless your name's Facebook user, and then I guess it doesn't. But
we got to find out who that is. Might be the one in the text area as well. But we'll get down to the nitty gritty and we'll do an investigation on that.
All right, let's do it. You usually don't do this. Let's like just flip through it. You guys let us know what you think too, but you're gonna have to be fast. Be ready on the keyboard. New Orleans at Arizona. God, both 2-4.
I'm going Arizona.
Really? I'm gonna take New Orleans on this one. Arizona.
Good. Oh, I'm gonna write that down. Can I write that down?
Yeah, you write hashtag
New Orleans.
Only if you hashtag it. Hashtag write that down.
Why? Who's coming back? I win.
Oh crap! Hopkins is coming back. Well, it's his first game back. He's got to shake the dust off. Still take New Orleans.
Lots of dust and rust.
Who's coming back? Marshawn Lattimore. That's who's coming back. Atlanta 3-3. Atlanta versus 3-3 Cincinnati. Atlanta at Cincinnati.
Atlanta and Cincinnati. I'm gonna go Cincinnati.
Atlanta's on a high right now, but I'll take Cincinnati at home. Detroit and Dallas.
That's actually Dak comes back.
That's the thing, though. That's always a good game, and you never really know it's gonna. That's like one of the better like non-divisional matchups. I will take Dallas too, but I will not be surprised if Detroit wins this one. If Cooper's still in, I'll definitely take Dallas. Colts at Tennessee, both 3-2. Although Colts have a tie.
I'm gonna
a lot of close records this week.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. Oh God.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Tennessee because Derrick Henry had a rest week. I think that.
That was the tipping point for me too. Was Henry?
Yeah,
coming out. Yeah,
might have him rust, and Matt Ryan's on fire right now, so everybody's picking him up and they're gonna play him because Tennessee has soft. I don't trust Matt Ryan, so I'm gonna have to
MVP. I don't know. Let us know MVP. Green Bay at Washington.
Oh, Heineke's coming in. We didn't really talk about the pick.
No.
Yeah, Heineke,
are you serious?
He's gonna be the starter. Damn it! You knew.
I did not know that.
Shit.
No, we have to tell everyone else. Heineke's coming back
because Wentz is injured. He's got Wentz syndrome or something. I don't know.
How is he not Winston exactly?
I know. Go look it up right now. I'm telling you right now. Heineke's coming back. I think he's gonna be the starter going forward. Is he?
Look, bet your money on Heineke. I'll have to look it up. Okay. If Heineke comes back, I'm definitely taking Washington in this one. I fucking love Heineke. I love that kid.
Who's Washington playing?
Green Bay. Green Bay's coming to town.
I want to check the weather before I say that, but
That's probably true.
I'm gonna go with Green Bay.
I'm thinking you put me down for Washington if Heineke plays.
Okay.
If Heineke doesn't play, I take Green Bay, but if Heineke plays, definitely. Tampa at Carolina.
Oh, Tampa.
Yeah.
Carolina's-
New York at Jacksonville. Could be a good game.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with the Giants on that one.
I know
New York-
Saquon is just like he's
It just with I don't. Jacksonville's worrying me.
I'm taking
someone like
Jacksonville. Write it down.
gonna
Go ahead.
Again?
Yeah, I'll take Jacksonville. They're kind of putting Lawrence's doing right. Whatever. Plus, it makes it more fun. Cleveland at Baltimore. Fantastic rivalry.
Baltimore.
Yeah. New York at Denver. God, what a garbage game that is.
Jets at Denver. I'm going Jets.
Yeah, JT. I mean, till Denver proves otherwise, I'm gonna pick against them every single week. Houston at Vegas. Damian Pierce.
Vegas.
Yeah, I'm taking Vegas. Did you know they're 1-3 and 1-4 respectively?
Yeah, they're the best win teams.
Devontae Adams. You get Devontae Adams, you go 1-4 for the first 5. Good job.
I actually put in a trade request for Devontae Adams today.
You can never get him. You better mortgage half your roster.
I gave him Robinson from Jacksonville, Hawkinson, and Lazard.
Wow. I'm not mad at it though. It's Devontae Adams. Making any good trades this season? Let us know. Put in the little comments right there. Click the link. Come on the show. Tell everybody else about it too. We'd love to have you on the show. We love to put your little picture right there in the middle of us, and just yak up some football with you. Let us know how your week went. Ask us any questions, anything you want to do. We're just yakking football, everybody. Seattle at Chargers. Ooh.
Chargers, because I need my quarterback to go off.
I'm going to take Seattle. Ooh, God dang. No, I'll take the Chargers. Never mind. Don't write it down.
Dirty dog.
Hashtag don't write that down. Kansas City. Ooh, Kansas City at San Francisco. That's a good one.
Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City.
I'll take San Francisco. 100% at home. Garoppolo. Yeah, he's playing. He's playing to win. What's that contract? Pittsburgh at Miami. Automatically, you would say Miami, but then you see they beat Tampa last week. You don't know who's going to be the quarterback, which is an issue.
Who would you guys pick?
Yeah, who are you taking? Pittsburgh, Miami. Can we
Miami?
pick neither? Yeah, I'll take Miami too.
All right, Steven, we're going.
I should have answered. I should have answered first. Chicago at New England. I'm definitely taking New England, and I'm definitely not watching that game. Don't ask me to watch it because I won't. It's a Monday night game. How does Chicago get a Thursday night game, which Thursday night games are not typically that great, but how do they get a Thursday night game? It's still a primetime game and a Monday night game, like a week later too.
Well, everybody's got to get their little spot in the highlights.
They get two. They got to get two.
A couple people.
It's Chicago. They're probably going to be the worst team in the league. We said that. I said that. Sorry, I said that at the beginning of the year. I think
I nodded my head too. I was like, oh yeah.
I think they got a number one, number two.
I'm believing in. I think there's some magic's going to happen towards the end of the year.
They don't have the worst record in the NFL right now. That belongs to Houston.
Not Chicago. You're going to go New England, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go.
I think Mac's coming back too. I think. I mean,
which I don't think there should be much of a change, but
you're not getting a fantasy points out of this game. But
yeah, I'm gonna go New England as well. I think they're just better a little bit.
What do we got? New England. Oh, Steven says New England twice. What's this one here? Bump. I love red zone.
NOLA, Detroit.
Atlanta, Detroit, Colts, Green Bay, Tampa, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Denver, Vegas, Georgia. Write that down. So when Steven comes back. When Steven comes back next week, we can see how he did.
And that is it. That's all. So we only had.
Yeah, I told you I want to go through them fast.
Four different ones. Okay, well, so we could split. Really, might have to change one of our answers on the other one if we feel like it.
I probably won't do it. That's what you do. That's your thing.
You never pick. Oh, that's right. He is a huge San Francisco fan. We're in a league together, and I'm not doing great in that one, but better in some other ones. So, but he's
there. You go. I just saved them all. I just saved it. Saved you. Come back next week, Steven. We're gonna see how you do.
And he never picks against San Francisco. So
Well, I'm like that. I mean, well, I can't say I do pick against. I'll pick against the team Pittsburgh, but like I won't play my fantasy players against them very rarely. He's got to be a stud.
see, okay.
Like I could have picked up Miami's defense this week for a streamer because I have Philly's defense. They're obviously on a bye, so I got to pick someone up. Miami's defense is there, but they're playing Pittsburgh, so I didn't pick them up.
Listen,
We'll do it.
for you, Steven, and everybody else out there that are actually our diehard fans, because I'm not one, because I'm more of a fantasy football fan than diehard currently. I'm still looking for that team that could be mine outside of college. But when it comes to fantasy football, love your team all you want. But when it's time for business, you put the love off to the side, you get to work and you say, hey, I love my team, but where are we weak at? And then you can go from there and see if it's worth actually, you can take the W right here, but
well, I mean, I did play Brady. I had,
yeah.
the rosters I had, but like I said, you play your studs. I should know.
But if you're playing, Lattimore and Debo, you kind of want to temper your expectations on something like that. I'm not saying we don't sit our studs ever, but you gotta temper those expectations a little bit. I think that would be
I almost never sit my stud. No. I think the thing is you have to kind of decide, look at the roster and decide who's actually a stud. Like not everybody you want to be a stud is a stud.
That's you know what I mean? Cup and Jefferson, and they're on bye this week. So
yeah. Okay, so we went through some of the matchups. Let's see. Well, we went through all the matchups.
Yeah.
Where are we at here?
We are probably on to college chaos.
I think you're right. That's what I was checking. I'm going across the board here. All right. So first of all, let's talk results. I want to talk results first from last week. So obviously we had the big upset. Did you, okay, you always record these. Did you actually call it? I know you said you wanted to call it, but did you actually call it?
Hola, Aurora. I wanted to call Oklahoma over Kansas, but I didn't on the show because I didn't want to
I'm talking about the game.
There's a couple of the games.
No, there was no game bigger this weekend than Tennessee over Alabama. I'm sorry. I hate Alabama, and
it's on there.
Clearly not a Tennessee fan. But
I did call it. I actually did call it on the show.
You went out on it and you did it. Nice job.
Tennessee over.
I thought that you did.
Alabama, Tennessee won, and it was a phenomenal game. Even though rest in peace to the goalpost that ended up in the river or lake or whatever.
I don't know why fans do that.
I get storming the field and getting $100,000 fine. But why are you going to take the goalpost away? Like, why are you doing that?
How they even get it out?
Yeah, all I want to know is I've only been on the field a couple times, and I'm like, why are we doing stuff like that? Don't you mute yourself? You let it out. Get that COVID out.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, like, why are you taking the goalpost? I mean, you made news. Congratulations. You can't really pick anybody out in the field, but I don't know. 50,000 people now need to be interviewed. So good luck with that. They're not going to waste their time. But congratulations, Tennessee, Alabama.
You got the Tennessee over Alabama, which you're right. It was a great game. I don't think that Alabama kicker. I'm pretty sure he's probably changed his name, gone to witness protection.
They're not happy. Yeah.
The
rivers and swamps.
What
Georgia Southern beat number 25 James.
That's right.
Madison.
You went for the bottom of the roster there, and it came out for you. I remember that.
It wasn't sexy, but the best game, and I watched every minute of this late night game. Number 20 Utah beat number 7 USC
by 1 point,
42-41. I think they went for
43-42.
43-42. That's what it was. Yeah, they went for 2 on that final drive. Got it, and then USC got the ball back and just could not capitalize. And I cannot tell you how excited I was to go 3 for 3 today and also watch USC and Alabama drop. That's what chaos is all about.
That's a good day. I I don't remember all the picks I made. I think I took Florida State over Clemson, which did not happen. Could have happened, almost happened, did not happen. I did take Kentucky over Mississippi State, although it's kind of a half victory because I didn't want to take Kentucky. I had said Kentucky first, and I would have changed it if I could. But I did get it. But it counts in the win column, but it's not really a very good one. And I don't remember the other one I said.
All I remember
I said
State.
I said Penn State. I thought you were writing this stuff down, man. Hashtag write this down.
You know how hard it is?
Write them down.
I'm
to spell. I know spelling's hard.
Listen,
Penn State,
I'm terrible at multitasking unless I'm on an interview panel. Then I'm great at multitasking. Right.
I took Penn State over Michigan, and 400 rushing yards later, I came out on the wrong end of that one. Holy cow!
But I do have some. I have 4 of them for you this week if you want to hear them.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Hold on, let me pull up this week because I want to contribute too.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe, and somebody might write them down. It's like if somebody else will write that, if somebody watching will write these down. Roop is terrible at multitasking. Says Josh at North and Flags. Appreciate that.
Thanks, buddy. It's true. I haven't even checked. I have 11 messages right now. All at the top.
Josh, hey, look, real quick. Bandy over at Fourth and Flex. Number 1, go check out the show. Number 2, we were talking about how thin the waiver wire is this week. I know you guys have done a waiver wire show while we're talking about these college picks, and feel free to chime in on. Let us know a couple of your waiver wire ads so people can go over to Fourth and Flex and hear more about it. All right, go ahead.
Put out a lot of content, and I think they just got done recording too.
They put out a lot of quality content. That's the difference. Everybody put out a lot of content.
Not like us over here at Armchair and yards after the catch. We didn't even know what we're doing. We're 1-5 in our leagues. But we have
it's one league, and actually it's in Bandy's league. So he already beat me. That wasn't very nice.
Yeah, well, you know what? Considering the 16-team league we're in, I think you're a little bit better than him currently.
I don't know. It's bad. Like both our teams have been taking time to turn on, but I did win this week.
So did I, and I'm like in 3rd place on our side, so that's about
awesome. So we got to win that one.
Yeah, we got to work together more.
We do. Well, just kind of sitting out there. It's not good. Okay, so you said you had 4.
I have 4. I'm going to go with LSU is going to upset number 7 Ole Miss.
Really?
I know you don't want to. I only want to say a few of them because I didn't really want to pick them, but I know the upsets happen every week. So I'm like,
they do.
Caution to the wind. I'm throwing it all out. Let's go. LSU looks pretty good. Ole Miss is coming off a pretty good high right now, and they're all excited. They're 7th ranked.
They're undefeated, but that means there's pressure. Like,
complacency is going to happen. So I just picked that one just because I was like, you know what? If it happens, I look great, and if not, then whoops, I lose nothing.
Bandy's so humble too. We like Bandy.
Yeah. It's 5-1 at the Bandy Bowl.
Oh, hey, real quick. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Bandy is like this freaking close to getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So go over to Fourth and Flex on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into that 1K because he is right friggin' there. He's getting 1,200 views on videos and stuff. Like he's killing it right now. Like, there's just reason, you don't do that good if you suck. Like he's that freaking good. Sorry, I had to throw that out there because he is so close.
So close. So both of my friends, go out there. Follow and subscribe if you haven't done already.
That might be enough. It might be enough.
We'll see.
I haven't checked in a couple hours. I do check like multiple times. Anyway,
Minnesota over number 16 Penn State.
Oh man, you know what? That could happen. They got slacked so bad by Michigan, like they're hurting right now. Yeah, no, that's a good call. I mean,
just because of Minnesota's defense, like just shutting stuff down.
It's just like Penn State.
It's gonna be vicious over there. What do they call that place? Or they're probably gonna have a whiteout and homecoming.
No, they won't white. Not after a loss like that. I don't think they'll white out. I don't think so.
Well, yeah, see, they need to. They need. Yeah, well, they need to lighten something up just for Penn State to pull it off. But I think Minnesota's gonna. That's gonna be one of those exciting games. So you on board with that or?
No, yeah, I'll co-sign that one. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
I think Penn State's hurt.
Were you on the LSU one or
ripped out? No.
No. Okay, so you're not. It's okay. You're gonna like this one just because I was picking Number 17, Kansas State over number 8, TCU.
I'm literally staring at it right now. I knew you
Yeah,
were going to
see.
go there.
I don't want this to happen, but I don't like either of those teams because they beat us both.
I think that should be a good game. Kansas State 5-1, TCU 6-0. Records don't always mean anything because of the schedule, but I got to go with TCU on that one.
Yeah, TCU's QB is on fire right now. He's going for NFL type contract. I know he's leaving. He's got to leave after this year. He wasn't even the starter this year, and he came out and he's looking like Lamar Jackson over there, just tossing bombs and running down the field, running all over teams. I still think TCU is going to win. If I'm going to pick an upset, I'm going to throw some cash down on it or something in Vegas just for fun because, I won 2 hands of blackjack. I'm going to go with Kansas State. With Deuce, number 22, running back over there, just runs over everybody. You can't see him till he's past line of scrimmage.
All you see is the back of his jersey.
Yeah, pretty much like, oh, no. Nope. Yeah, gone. Yeah. So are you're going to go to the TCU side? That's okay. And my last one, number 20, Texas over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's 11. Yeah. I mean, if you see Quinn Ewers, that quarterback is something special. He didn't even go to his senior year in high school. She went straight to college. I think he was in Ohio State for a little bit and didn't get a chance to start. Went over to Texas. Check me if I'm wrong and go ahead and.
I think that this is one of those games going to be close. But I still think Oklahoma, like last possession, field goal, touchdown, go for 2, something like that. I still think Oklahoma State comes out on top though.
Alabama would have 2 losses right now if this quarterback was still in the game that whole time. I think this quarterback makes a difference in Texas. I think they'll be moving up this week and taking out Oklahoma State.
It could happen. There you go. That's College Chaos with Root. There it is. We do it every week. It is a lot of fun. Thanks, Bandy, for saying so. You're a lot of fun too.
And thanks for being on board with that one too, by the way, Chris.
Who? Me? No, I'm not on board with that. No.
Right,
I literally just said Oklahoma State's going to win it like at the very end.
I put a star right next to it. Don't worry.
All right. Well, hashtag write that down. That's what's for.
There's a star next to that one.
Star. Thinking of stars, you guys are stars. Bandy's a star over Fourth and Flex. Steven's a star for all the great comments today. We love having you guys here. You know who are my favorite people? My favorite people are the people who love fantasy football and just don't even care. Just come talk about it. That's why you come to Yards After the Catch to yak some football. You go see Bandy for some information and just a good time where you're going to get really good information. You come over here, like I said, to have some fun. You're still going to get some good information. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're putting out top-notch stuff over here. I mean, look, we said, Carolina's defense, I think, got 12. New England's got 19. Dolce's got himself a touchdown.
We can talk about that.
No. I'm just saying, we're finding guys for you to get through on these bye weeks, especially bye weeks like this, where you got stud teams down. You got a lot of stud players going down, and people got to fill those rosters. Hopefully people got it on the bench. That's what you're hoping for. You're hoping you got the people on the bench to do it. But if you don't, like I said, Alec Pierce could be worth the stream. Gallup could be worth the stream. I like Gallup as a stream this week just because of the matchup. But again, check those shadow reports because there were something. Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, I think that was that was a shadow report week. I'm not going to recommend Wan'Dale Robinson. I'd have to check the analytics on Gesicki because he is boomer bust with Tua coming back. I want to know how often Tua uses them and how bad Pittsburgh is against tight ends. I don't know who else will we talk about out there. We talk about Heineke coming back. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to go watch me after this.
You're welcome, by the way. I know you're going to go pick him up. So
I'm going to go pick him up for a bye week or something somewhere. I love Heineke. Heineke's a good guy. I like that dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Playing Green Bay, should be throwing, slinging the ball.
Last week we had to leave a little early because we had another show to go to. So we had 3 shows live last week. So then
crazy.
I computed the scores of all the players that you picked and all the players that I picked for our 12 team. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I went to our 12 team league and I found all the players that were available. And then I said, okay, this is who's available, added up their scores. Had to go to another league because of the defense doesn't really count, however, because of our extra points. Had to go an average
Mhm.
type league. So my players scored 46.22 points, and only Coleman and Dolchich were available. So you only scored 12.7 points. So right now you're falling
What?
a little bit
What?
behind, a little bit behind.
No, that's not how it works. That's
No,
not how it works.
yeah, we
Tell
can.
the actual score. Tell the actual
Oh,
score
no,
if
I
we're gonna do
didn't.
this because I wasn't bringing that up. That's not why I was
I
bringing
didn't
it up. I was
realize
saying that we
that
provide good information,
I didn't
but
realize that we could
don't
pick
make me
things
grab
like
my post-it note
the number one
over there.
defense that happens to be available in 1% of leagues. I
It was
can't
not
wait.
1% of league. Where's my notes? I got my notes right here. Look. Well, you know Coleman was available. Geno Smith had 66.4% availability. That's not 1%.
He was taken in my 18 league.
New England had 67% availability. 67. I actually just picked him up today. No lie. Ask Bandy. He's in that league. What else we got? God dang it. I don't
How
know where
many
my other
rookie
ones are
leagues
at.
do you play in? I was only listen. You
Rookie
could
league. You're calling Bandy's league a rookie league?
no. I'm saying all you have to do is look at the leagues you're in, and okay, you could average that out. But going for New England, really? That
New
was a,
England's
that was a
look.
low shot. You know what's funny though? You want to hear something really
They
really
were
funny?
what?
New England's available in the 16 team league, and that's what
I
bothers me.
told you. Look,
That's what
man.
bothers me.
There's no reason that they should be because when we talked last week, and this I don't know where they sit after week 5, but as of week 4, again, they were 8th in sacks, 7th in fantasy points overall. 7th in fantasy points overall. They were 7th and available. 5th in interceptions, 3rd in forced fumbles and fumble recoveries, and 1st, number 1 in defensive touchdowns. This is a top 10 defense all the way around, every single category, and available. It's ridiculous. There's no
And I
reason they
had
should
the
have been,
Philadelphia Eagles, which is why I wasn't looking for them. So I'm
which
not
makes sense
looking.
why you wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
But the
and
Eagles are
that's
on
why they're
bye
still
this week.
available. Yeah,
Well, the Eagles are
and
on bye this week, so they were the first team
guess who's
that
trying
I
to pick
went
them
and grabbed.
up in the 16 team league? It's
Yeah,
already on
exactly.
waivers. That was part of my hour or two of
Yeah, of course. And I
waivers.
win. And this is the week I win, so I'm at least the best I can do is 6. I think I'm 7, but yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm
or
9. So
5,
it's I'm
5 or
not going to
6 or
get
something like that.
who are you picking up?
Probably nobody. Probably
I have
nobody.
I have like 4 or 5 QBs. I don't even know why anymore. Like
I don't
just
know.
I'm just hogging them all. Just hoping for something to come up and find a one that's actually going to work. But I got to just start
That's
dropping
16.
them.
That's 16 team league is brutal.
Yeah,
That's horrible. Is anybody else in
Mac.
16 team? 16 or
Yeah,
more?
16
Bandy's in
teams.
a 32. I know that.
Why, Bandy? Like, how do you even?
Why not? Give it a try. I mean, who knows?
If okay, I'll do no more than 2 apps and no more than 4 or 5 leagues. I won't do it again because
Yeah. I'm on
I
3
can't.
apps and it sucks. And then I did fantasy hockey as well. Thank God it's on one of the same apps. Let me tell you, to close the show, because as we go out, the league I will not do anymore. The app. It's over. It's done, ESPN. I'll never fucking play ESPN again.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care who needs help. If you tell me you're on ESPN, I'm not going. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I get a headache
You
every
can't
week.
see nothing. It's not even colorful. They don't give you all the stats. It's
I got to
terrible.
click 5 different places to see the scoreboard.
Yeah,
For
I
see how
use
everybody
other
else did
apps to look up stats from ESPN.
for ESPN. Yeah,
Yeah,
worst app out there. Sorry.
and it's the biggest one for
It's all
some
love
reason.
if you love it, but I hate it.
It hurts.
Hate it. I'll do
I'm
Yahoo.
gonna be.
I'll do Sleeper, of course.
I'll do
No more
NFL even, and I'm not a fan of NFL. I won't be doing ESPN or NFL next year. It'll be Sleeper and what do we
What's
got?
your favorite app? Everybody asks. What's your favorite app?
It would
Better
be
hurry.
Sleeper, but I like Flea Flicker also.
A lot of people like Flea Flicker. Is that the one we did the couples league on?
Yeah,
Why did
it's
we
a
do
little
the
bit
couples league this
simpler.
year?
Why didn't we?
Because I won. Did I win? I don't think I won.
Actually, Aurora did.
I think Aurora
shout
did.
out. Yeah, she did. Her first win, and then
she whipped my ass 2 weeks ago. Holy shit!
yeah, Oh, it was that
Her
was
team's
such.
stacked, kid.
Yeah, her team is stacked. I'm like, you should probably look at the waiver wire. And I looked at her team. I'm like, yeah, you're good. Okay, well, have a good. Don't worry about your team. Nobody's playing on Thursday. It was kind of funny, but I like Flea Flicker because it's a little bit different and it's not as big and widely known. But I would still take Flea Flicker over NFL and ESPN.
Yeah, I'd take some little kid keeping scores on his goddamn Etch a Sketch over ESPN. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all your questions and comments. Join us again next week. We go live every Tuesday about 8:30. The Trenches live every Tuesday, and then we put out content all week from that. Don't miss the Trenches. It's like the craziest fantasy football competition you've ever seen in your life. All kinds of twists and turns. These guys are losing points and players and their soul, a little piece of their soul every single week, all in the quest for $5,000. 12 teams, one winner, and it's just a lot of fun. It's honestly a lot of stress. It's crazy. They're earning every bit of that 5,000. Join us here for College Chaos. Tell us about your favorite college teams. Send us your football questions about waiver ads, trades, sleeper reports, whatever. You tell us how you did in fantasy. Tell us what color of football is. We don't care. We'll put it up because we just love yakking football, because that's what we do on Yards After the Catch. Root, what's your final thought, bud?
Listen, I love some college chaos. Is it going to happen? Who knows? I'm excited for it because there's nothing better than watching all those undefeateds just keep dropping back. Listen, not worried about that. Go fix your lineups. It's bye weeks. It's crunch time. Come ask us questions. Go follow Armchair Athletics and go even follow the people that are playing, because they just talk back and forth, talking the trash. And then next thing you know, somebody's cutting somebody's throat over there and undercutting them, run over with a bus.
It's happened 4 times now.
It's pretty wild, and I'm actually looking forward to the next couple of weeks because I'm going to wreck them, and they don't even know it yet. And this is video evidence that it's going to happen. It's already been talked about. I can't wait. I'm not even gonna tell them on the show. It's just one day they're gonna sign on and be like, "What's happening?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's happening." So come join us. Go have some fun with it.
Evil.
And talk trash too. Talk trash. Yeah. Be nice. And have some fun.
Evil. Look, I love you guys. I love the Trenches. I love fantasy football. Roop, there it is. Co-host with the most.
You the man.
Best in all the land. Come join us next week. Watch the Trenches. Have fun. Win your leagues or lose them. Just have fun doing it. We love you guys. Be safe. Have a good week, everybody.